Okay, I have opened up the holes for the strings along the back. That should help a lot. These are for mounting. And what I'm going to do, this is the plan. The plan is that part's done. I will need to find out where on the body does this need to be situated. It's going to be somewhere close to being around there. You know what? The opening for the pickup here is still wider than the wood on both sides. So looks like the router is going to have to come back out at some point, just for a little bit extra space. So I need to determine where do I need to put the mounting holes for that in alignment with the neck. And once I've got that, then I can use this plate as the template to drill the holes for the string through to be able to put the ferrule on the back side. All kind of detailed work. It's going to require the neck being installed. Somebody commented that the finish on this is very light, thin, well, let's say, more accurate, thin, and it flakes off easily. And I did notice that somewhere. I can't remember where it is. It could be just around the nut here. I thought, well, maybe, you know, well, it actually feels pretty good here, but I guess it would chip easily. I mean, poly does chip, especially when it's on a wood surface that wasn't well prepared or greaseless. Okay. That needs to be in place. And I need glasses. It's not well seated into the bottom. The corners could be a little bit more square, and I think I'm going to try to do that to make it fit this a little bit better. Corners are a little bit rounded, and it's not seating right in there. And not by much, but enough. I'm going to have to work on that with something very small. A square file might be able to do it. I'll have to get back to you on it. I've decided I'm going to do a little freehanding with my job mate. It's a very old Dremel copy made by a company for Canadian Tire here in Canada, which no longer sells this. They called them, what do they call them now? Here's my blue drill hat. Oh, I moved it. They call them something else. This is basically a Dremel copy, and it's worked very well for at least 2 or more decades. So on the speed control, it's going to be anywhere from max, which is somewhere around 6,000 RPM, all the way down to 1,000 RPM. And I just want to get off these little bit rounded corners. This side is better. This side is got a little bit of meat in there. I've got this bit, which I'm hoping I'm going to be able to just touch it in the light. I don't know how I'm going to get the light right. Just touch it, and Then I've also got some of these diamonds, which I think I might be able to use, should I need it, to just sculpt that corner a little bit square to fit the bottom of this neck a little bit better. And then hopefully that'll give me good seating and a straight positioning neck. Before I open these holes, I'm going to put the neck in place. I'm going to hold it probably with a clamp. I'm going to use a drill bit from the back side to create the point of drilling for the heel of the neck. And then once I have that, then I'll be able to open these holes up so that the screws pass through, just pass through freely. Okay, so ear protection for me. I'm going to ear protect you by lowering the volume and probably speeding up this part so you don't have to endure it like I do, because I know it's boring out there to watch somebody do this in real time. Let me see if I can get this around here so I can see the corner better. Yeah, alright, here I go. Power. I've got my safety glasses on as well. Well, that little bit created an even tighter pocket. There's a tad more here, and I can improve on this corner as well. Okay, so that sits pretty good. It's not completely squared off at the bottom, but I don't know how you'd... I think they have a device now that can make square corners. I don't think this will be one of them. I just noticed that I have marks on my fretboard. And it would normally be marked if there were uneven frets. But I did this a long time ago. I'm going to have to check that again. Alright, that's doing pretty good. It's just not exactly clean here. This corner is much better. Let me see what I can do. This is like cutting hair. You can always cut more off, but you can't put it back. That's better. Wow, even with the neck on, this is really, really light. Ear protection. Hear myself talking in my head too much. Where is my... Okay. I'm going to give this a little tap just to make sure it seats well. As far as it will go in. That's good. There's no play in the neck pocket at all. So that's what I meant. I don't think I need the clamp. I'm just gonna put this drill bit in there, which is the size of the actual hole, and then just tap it. And hopefully that's gonna make the point where I want it to drill. Come on. That probably caused a chip on the back. Let me just recheck this one. Okay. Let's see what we ended up with. Yep, I got the divots. Now, you see those divots? Not that. Okay, just there. This one here, they're really close to the bottom edge, which means that it could still go in a little bit further if it was more square. Okay, I am going to work on it a little bit more, but I'll let you see after. Alright, so I've clamped it down and I've given it another tap after squaring the corners off a little bit more. Let's see what we'll do. I only was able to do the two top holes. The bottom ones are covered, but we'll start with those. Get all these tools out of the way. Yeah, they stayed pretty much where they were, except maybe they moved up a tiny little bit. Yeah, okay, that's all right. Let me put this out of the way. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to my drill press, and I'm going to drill the holes. Do I have unlevel frets? I do. Oh, okay. Just this one. What else is marked up? Oh, there. And there. So yes, there are a few that I will have to adjust. Didn't remember I had to do that. Yeah, the color is very thin on this, and the poly is very thin. You can see along the edge of the board here that it is showing through the wood. I don't know if that'll come out, and it won't come out in this light. Yeah, there it is. You see that light little bit there? Yeah. You know, for 30 bucks, a long time ago, back in, what was it, 16, 17, somewhere in there? Yeah, it's decent. Okay, off to the drill press to put that. Let me get back to you. Alrighty, fresh from the drill press. the holes are done in the back of the neck. Okay, I'm going to put that aside. And now I can concentrate on going back to the drill press and opening these holes so these screws will pass through. So this is the exact size of that hole. I'm going to go and find something a little bit larger just to be able to pass those threads through. And it's not a lot. It's not a lot. Stand by. Okay, I found the drill bit. It's a 13/64, which allows that to go through just nicely. So that's ready. So the one other thing that's missing now is the bridge positioning. The bridge positioning. And what I think I want to do first, though, is go back to bench 1 and finish up these unleveled frets and just take care of that before going any further with the assembly construction here to be able to position the bridge so I know where to drill the string through holes. All right. Off to bench 1. Be back in a bit. Alrighty, so I've got the neck mounted with 2 screws. 2 of the holes need to be made a little bit deeper. And I've got some sacrificial strings on here for the high and low E. And I can get my 12.75 no problem within the range of these saddles. And I'm going to mark I should have chosen a thinner string for the high E. It keeps coming off. Keeps coming off. So we're going to give it some persuasion to stay in place. There. And I just wanted to try to get alignment as best as I could. So I want it to be as best as possible for the low E so that you don't end up pulling it off the bottom, which means that I want to bring it over this way a little bit. And I think I can bring it right to there, right to where the pickup is now touching the wood. And I can later I'll take out the router and I'm just going to give this corner another little bit of a touch down here. And I think that's exactly where it's going to end up having to be for nice alignment. Indeed. I think that's going well. Yep, I think that's going well. So we've got the marks where the holes have to be. Once they're in, it's boom, through holes. I only need 2 saddles at this point. Now that can come off. These can be reused as sacrificials at some point in the future. They're just the cheapy Orphe strings, or strings that came with some guitar that, I don't know, are just sacrificial. Factory strings of some kind. They'll go back in the bag. And this is getting pretty close to finishing the body prep for mounting things. This will be my pickup, my hot rails. It fit in there very well with the plate. Now, it's going to be a matter of making holes in the body. Going to pick the center and give it a little punch. Not the center. They said this was popular, but it seems kind of soft. Boom. Now I just got to pick the right bit for those screws, which are these screws. Okay, so they're not that big. Well, let me go find a bit. I think a 1/8 seems appropriate for these screws. And I'm just going to tape off the depth for it. And we'll go to the... I can take off the neck now, can I? Let me see. Yes. Yes. I can take off the neck. And just work with the body. Because I do have to drill out these two holes a little bit deeper. I was trying to be careful not to go too deep, and didn't go deep enough. I didn't mark those off because with the tape, because I didn't know the depth of the bodies here. So it's thinner here than it is back here, somewhat. The neck may require a shim at some point. I don't know. Oh yeah, and the fretwork's done. I fixed them all up, shined up everything, and they're good to go. Alright, I'm going back there to make some holes. Okay, my time at the drill press was successful. I have the string through holes. They're actually straight. What happens when you get a drill press. And then the front holes already. And I did open this up a little bit more for that pickup down here to be free for height adjustment. So now, except for the opening for the ferrules, that's all that's left to do on this body. My back is giving out on me today, and I'm going to have to stop. So yes, all I need is either this, or I have ordered one of those full plates, and see how fast it ends up getting here. I just have to open this up now with a larger bit that can take this and be pressed in, or the other ones. So I have an option of either one at this point. So my work will be terminated for now. I may, while I'm waiting, be able to start putting some color on this body, since it's only the ferrules that are left. And I'm going to have to do some trial testing on some bare wood with my stain, which I haven't yet showed you. Okay, I've been experimenting with some stain colors, and Those are two. This one's oil, this one's water-based. And the orange is water-based. So this is not a bad match here. That's only one dipping. It would take probably two to get inside the grain. But the orange covers deep and fast, very quickly. It's called Unicorn Spit. And it dries quickly. And on top of this surface here, I just put a light touch of wipe-on poly, which went on very well. Matte, of course. I'm very biased towards the orange and not those. So that's it. I think it's going to be orange.